What's up, YouTube? I'm gonna be doing a name set for this Sergio Ramos jersey that I have here. So here's the name set. The jersey is right here. This is the 2019-2020 authentic version. So this is like what the players wear. As you can see, it's heat pressed, Adidas logo, and the badge. This also looks a little bit different. I do have a couple of these. I'm gonna show you the difference real quick. These are the ones I did today. So this is a oops, lost this one. This is a Neymar 22-23. Uh, third, I think this is, yeah, this is the third. This one I got for like $30 on Poshmark. Honestly, the name set looks a little small and looks funny. The number looks good, but the name set looks small. Here's a tag. I added the badge. I mean, I added the League One badge. I got this Ronaldo, $40. I added the name set. Still looks wet because I steamed it here, so it's not a stain. It's just a name set. What else I've been doing? This I got the worst luck with this jersey. I don't know what the hell's going on with this jersey. I got two of them actually. So let me show you what's going on with this. This is the authentic version. I got on Grail for like $40, but I don't know if you can see here. This one has a bunch of stains that the seller never mentioned. I don't know. I could have returned it. I didn't want to go through the process, but I don't know. This thing's filled with stains. I washed it. I spent like $10, if not more, trying to get OxyClean and different sprays, but nothing worked. Washed it like 4 times, so I'm gonna have to bite the bullet, and I'm gonna put Ibrahimovic name set on there. I'm just gonna have to sell it for cheap. Now this is the stadium version, so like the cheaper version. It was brand new in a bag, which I have the bag here. Came in a bag. Has the I took off the tags. I opened up the bag, so it was sealed in a bag. And I think what happened is, I think it was must have been sitting in this bag the whole time in some heat or something, because you just can't see it. Maybe you can. See this yellow line, like right here? I think the way it was folded, I think this, you can see it here as well. See a little yellow, but this started to bleed on to the white. So it's really hard to pick up on camera. I tried to tell the seller once I got it, but he didn't believe me. And honestly, I couldn't put it in a picture because you really couldn't capture it. So I don't know what's going on with this. It is brand new, like I said, but I'm just gonna also have to sell it cheaper because of this. I also washed it. I put sprays on there. Nothing's working. Now the blue, which is on the Adidas stripes, they came off as well. I had a huge line right here, like in the middle. You can still see it a little bit, but they came off, but the yellow's not coming off, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Alright, what else I got? I got a bunch of jerseys here. This was a Facebook pickup. Like I said, I got a bunch of these. This is a Benzema. I got a Modric somewhere. I got a Luka Jovic as well. These are the ones I need to do the name set. So I got this one. I just need to add Ronaldo. This is going to be Hazard. Pulisic. These I got on the outlet store here in Buffalo where I live. These were $29.99, all brand new. I got 5 of these actually. So there's going to be a Messi, Mbappe. There's going to be Ibrahimovic as well. There's going to be a Neymar. This is a new PSG 24. This one I got on Poshmark for like $18. There's going to be a Hazard. There's going to be a Benzema. Yeah, these, like I said, I got 5 of those. And where's the other ones? This is another 24 that I got with the Champion League name set. Alright, what else are the new ones that I got since the last video that I made? Oh, I got a Di Maria. This one's one of my favorites. This is the 2016-2017 third. And then I got authentic Ronaldo from the World Cup last year. Okay, so let's talk about the jersey here. Like I said, we're going to be doing this. The Sergio Ramos 2019-2020. Here are the patches we're going to be using, the Champions League patches. Here's my press, set at 150, 155 for 17 seconds each press. And here's the name set. If you watched my last video, you got to get one of these. It's a cutting mat. So yeah, it has these like measurements. It's a cutting mat. It's like, my wife got it for me on Amazon for like $10. Basically, you find the midpoint of this name set, which I think was like 30 centimeters, so 15. Put a line, put it in the middle of this big line here, and then you just, I usually do 4 of these squares space-wise, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's, I just find the middle of this number, and actually use the middle of this right here. I didn't use the middle of this. That's why it might look off center, but it's really not. If you look at some of his other jerseys for Sergio Ramos, that's how it was centered. So yeah, so let me set this up and we'll go from there. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I usually always do like the name set first, and then I'll flip it over and then do this. But this one's a little tricky because I tried to use the press for the FIFA World Champions badge. If I use the household iron, because it's so hot, it'll make like marks, and I just don't like doing that. I just sold Mbappe France one, and I kind of where I put the badge right here, the World Cup badge. You can see like it kind of made a mark because the iron was too hot. So I like using the press just because it's evenly the heat's evenly distributed, and that's why I like using that instead of the iron. But let's see if I can set this up here. My apologies. Trying a different phone to record because I have the Fold and it's just way too big to put in any kind of tripod thing to hold it. So I'm gonna use this. So let me set this up here real quick. So I press it down. I might do 154 for like 15 seconds. I usually, when I do the patches, I usually do them on a higher heat just because they're a little thicker than the numbers. But in this case, I'm not going to do that just because the Adidas logo is there, and that's also heat pressed. It's not, and I don't want to burn that. So yeah, you see this right here? I definitely don't want to damage this because it's not one of those embroidered on, which if you have one of those, you can just go to town with those. This sometimes there's been a lot of bad quality with Adidas lately, especially with these older ones. I had the Real Madrid one when I was teaming at the, what was it, the 2016 2017 third, the one they used against the Juventus, the purple one they used against Juventus in the Champions League final. That one basically started melting away, the Fly Emirates logo, when I tried to steam it. It's bad quality all around. I'll show you an example is, once this is finished. The brand, so this was the 22-23, which is the last year's version, which is embarrassing. So it was this one, the third. This was like peeling off the Fly Emirates, which is, that's inexcusable for a jersey that's a year old, if that. But yeah, so let's take a look here. Okay. So here we go. It's all set. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the name. Okay, so I have my jersey set up here. As I was setting this up, I was thinking of how much I'm gonna list this one for, because this is the authentic version. And I got such a good deal on it. I had like an amazing year. I got my first 1099K from IRS, which was kind of surprising. I didn't think I was gonna get that. I know I had a good year. I didn't think it was that good of a year. So I'm gonna have to deal with that on my taxes. But like the last, I don't know, last 10 days maybe, I had an amazing 10 days. I think I sold over like 20 things, 20 jerseys. And I'm not even counting other things that I sell, like sneakers and hats, but I'm just talking jerseys. Ronaldo, I've been selling a bunch of his stuff. Mbappe, yeah, so it's been crazy. Ramos is also my good seller. I sold a couple of his, but this one, like I said, I got a good deal. I had this name just sitting here for a while, so I'm like, let me just use it. I was actually gonna save this jersey for a Modric name set that coming in, but I'll just find something else by then. Okay, so here's the name. Like I said, you gotta use the mat because this makes this whole process super easy. Now, basically, I just have to make sure it's centered and press away. Okay, so I'm looking here. I kind of want to see where my finger is right here. I just want to make sure this is even because everything else is even. I know because I use the mat, so I don't have to worry about this stuff moving here Because before, without the mat, I didn't use to tape this. I would just kind of eyeball it, and by the time I move it to the press, it would move, and all kinds of problems like that. So now, basically, all I want to do is make sure it looks even. Want to make sure my jersey is even on the table, and then I'm just gonna measure basically from the end of the S, and from beginning of the S to the end of this right here, to where the cut is. So it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but what do we got here? 4 centimeters on this side, and this one's 3.5. So I'm just maybe gonna move it here just a little bit. Like I said, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect because it's really hard to see, but let's see. 4. So yeah, I'm gonna just end it there. Now, next thing is I have this coin that I use here. I just put the roller here so it doesn't move on me. I'll put it down here. I'll use my tape, regular tape. Just put 4 pieces of tape, just nothing too crazy. I just put basically in the corners here. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 at the bottom, and then I'll put 1 here on the side. And I don't even really need it, but I'll just do it as a precaution. Okay, next step, I'm gonna move it to the press. Okay, so here are some of those issues you will run in with a heat press and a name set. So these are some of the things that are always different. For example, if you have a Heung-min Son from Tottenham Hotspur, his name set is only 3 letters long, super easy to do. This Sergio Ramos is big, right? And in this case, I usually put the whole thing on there, press it, be done. In this case, I could do it the other way, but because this is still like hard, it's not pressed on, it's plastic, and it's kind of hard. I don't have a press big enough, so if you are going to buy a press, I would encourage you to buy a bigger press if the money is not an issue. With a bigger press, you're gonna have more room. You won't have to do this a couple times. For me, I'm gonna have to press this a couple of times just to be able to do this. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press the number. I'm gonna take the number off because I'm gonna be able to scrunch it and put it back here, and then I'm gonna do the name set the other way around. So let's do that first. Okay, so my name is not in the way, so I kind of move it to the side here, and I'm just gonna use my press to press the number down, and I'm gonna separate that. So 15 seconds at 155. I usually do this twice, and then the third time, and I'll take it off and let it cool down for like 15 seconds, and then I'm going to take the plastic off, and we'll go from there. So first one's done. What I want to do here is I want to take the tape off here. So I just don't want it to leave like that adhesive on here, because sometimes they'll show on the black. So there you go. I only had 2 pieces that were hanging off here. And I could do this now. I could just take this off now, but I've been used to doing it twice or 3 times, and I just kind of, we're all creatures of habit. We like to do a certain way. So me, it's always 2 times, no matter what I'm doing. Okay. So press is going. So some name sets are easier than the others. This one is, I did this one before. It's kind of a pain to do. And this material is kind of has these little squares. They kind of get stuck to this. So now while this is really hot now, right? I do want to let it cool down. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna separate my separate my number from the name, because eventually, once this is done, it's going to be easier for me to pull it. Okay. And this actually came out perfect, this name set, because I do have a little, I don't know if you can see here, it's a low pull. It's actually going to be covered by the name, which is perfect. Okay, so let's see if this is, you can see it's coming off right away. So make sure okay. So also, you try to go down. Sometimes it doesn't want to work. You want to grab it here on the edge, at the corner. Just don't want to force it, but sometimes you do have to use force, because sometimes it is a little bit stuck, and you can't just baby it. So like here, I got this a square right here. I'm gonna come from the corner. Same thing here, and it's a little stuck at the Real Madrid crest, but no problem. There you go. So the number is done. I'll press it one more time because, like I said, creature of okay. And I also have the patches ready. These are the Champions League patches. So you have the 13 for the trophies and the respect for the UEFA. Okay, so this is done. So now, take this off completely. And what I'm going to do now is, so the whole namesake can fit, I'm just going to put it this way. So, as you can see here, this is why you need a bigger press if you're going to be doing this at a bigger scale, just because you don't have to worry about this. Okay, so if I had this, I could have just done it once, be done, but I didn't, so that's okay. So now, this doesn't really matter if I press this again, it's not going to damage anything. Sometimes I'll press these 4 or 5 times. Just want to make sure before I press down. And I'll show you another trick that you have to do. Because now there's a crease right here on the number 4, because that's where the press landed. It'll leave a crease. So once I do this a couple times, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to press the number one more time. Then I'm going to pull the jersey back, and I'm just going to press the number by itself. Okay, so... Okay, the first one is done. Okay, I am going to take the tape off. Like I said, I don't want to leave the residue on the jersey. I don't really care about this tape here because it's going to go in the garbage anyway. And you know what's funny? Usually you want to get good quality tape, but in this case you actually want to get the cheap quality tape, which I did. So one day I ran out of tape and I went to Dollar Tree. So the $1.25 tape, which is, let me show right here. All right, I mean that's the job, but it's cheap tape, right? But in this case, what it does is once I use this tape to get the name sets ready for it to hold them together, it does the job. And plus, on top of it, once it gets heat up, it's really easy to come off. It doesn't leave any residue on the jersey, which is perfect. Because sometimes if you use a really strong tape, which I do have the Scotch tape here, it does leave the residue on the jersey. And then sometimes if it's like a black jersey, you can definitely tell. And stuff is going to start sticking to it too, as well. So that's kind of a pain, but... Alright. Okay, so I'm going to see what I was talking about. It left that crease right here, which is, like I said, not a big deal. Because what I'm going to do is, once I take this off, I'm going to press this one more time, then I'm going to move the name down, and I'm going to press the number by itself. And basically, then patches, and that's it. So if I'm not making a video, I can get this whole process done in, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. What I do is sometimes I'll do it, because I work from home, I'll do it on my break. Depending on how many jerseys I get, I can definitely get one done in 10-15 minutes and steam it as well. So I'll let this cool down. These are some of the name sets that I have waiting here. So I have a Ronaldo for the 22. I sold a bunch of those. I have a Messi, which is the 22-23. I bought a couple of vapor knits that were missing the sponsor, but I was able to get the sponsors as well. And I actually sold one to Germany last week, so I've been selling a lot of those. But my best seller is always Ronaldo for sure. Okay, so now this one's going to be a little tricky just because there's so many angles and it's such a big name set. But with this one, I learned from my mistakes before, because I do have the white version of this for the same year. It's Modric as well. I think it's over there somewhere. You kind of gotta have to go down. You can't go this way. Just the way the material is. And then, like I said, if this was one of those, for example, where the material is just smooth, you can just go either way. With this one, you kind of want to go down. But this one's coming off really easy though. I had the Ronaldo for Portugal, the 2021. Oh my god, that one is just, I half ruined that really good jersey. I was able to save it. I still sold it, but it definitely left a mark, and I just couldn't get it off, and I was starting to freak out because it was a brand new jersey with all the patches and stuff, and but I did get it done though. I tried to make these videos as short as possible, but somehow it's already 20 minutes, so my apologies for that. Okay, so last step is, like I said, I'll move it here. And you know how I said earlier I was gonna cover the little imperfection on the jersey? Well, I guess I didn't. I could have covered it, but then the name set would have been too close to the number, so that wouldn't have worked out anyway. But that's okay though. These are very hard to find, these authentic ones. Not that many of them. You can find the cheaper one. Like I said, I have 2 or 3 of those, but these are really hard to find, especially with a good price. I actually seen one from Ukraine. The guy was asking $60 on eBay, but I'm thinking about it. Okay. Okay, next step is put the patch on. Alright, so let's do the... So let's just show the name set. So name set's done. No bubbles. Everything's fine. So we are gonna work on the sleeve here. So this is pretty easy, just because they have the 3 stripes on the sleeve. It's kind of easy to center it. So let's take a look here. Okay, so if you look at on Google and you look at the official jersey, it's gonna be on the Real Madrid cross side. You're gonna, that's where the Champion League number 13 and the respect are gonna go. Okay, so what I do here is I use a piece of cardboard that I have, actually a couple of these that I cut depending on how wide the sleeve is. So this one's a little bit smaller. I just want to get stretched out a little bit. Actually, I can use the bigger one here because this is kind of a bigger sleeve. There you go. Okay, so like I said, it's easy to center this one because Adidas has the stripe here. So basically, I know that my patches have to be down here from the from this. I know that my patch has to be centered here. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm stretching this out here. Okay, all right, so that's done. So I don't have to do this, but I will. So make sure everything's centered. I'm gonna put a piece of parchment paper again, just like what I used on the jersey. Okay. And now, so usually, even though I live in the US and we use inches here, I still like to use centimeters because I was born in Europe. So here's my patches. I'm gonna turn up the heat up a little bit to like 157, 158, and 25 seconds this time. So let that go up a couple degrees. All right, so I'll do 4 centimeters on the bottom if I have 2 patches. If I have one, probably 5 centimeters. So here's my middle. So let me just move this back so you can see. Okay, so here's my middle. So I've done want my patches to be centered from here. So I'll look here, 4 centimeters. And like I said, you want it to be straight, but this doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Just because you have some room to play, because it's really hard to see this. And I know people gonna say, comment, oh, like that's not the exact measurements, but you gotta be careful, because if you go online, you can see some website says, oh, you should do this many, or same thing with the name set. But also gotta depends what jersey are you putting it on. If this is a 3X, then yeah, I'll probably move this to 6 because the sleeve is gonna be bigger. If this was a small, probably smaller because I don't have as much real estate to work with. So this one's a L, slim fit L. So in this case, I'm just gonna make it like this. Because once you don't want these patches to be basically on his shoulder, you want it to be on the sleeve. And it all depends what kind of design this is as well. I just did the 2015 jersey, 2015, 2016, where there's like basically any space. You can barely fit these two in there. And actually, when I was looking at the Ronaldo's long sleeve one on Google, the picture, they basically what they had to do is they had to put the 13 patch. It basically ended up being on the Adidas stripes because there's like no room to work with. But anyway, one more time, double check. It's on the right side. It's on the Adidas side, which is supposed to be. I mean, I'm sorry, on the Real Madrid crest. And it is. So these go for 25 seconds. And then the last is going to be the Champions League Star Ball. And I do this 2 or 3 times. Which I really don't have to, but I will anyway. Like I said. Creature of habit. 25 seconds. Times 2, times 3 sometimes, doesn't really matter. So, while waiting for this, guys, there's definitely deals out there. Don't pay full price if you don't have to, and if money's not an issue for you. Like I said, I never really pay full price for any of these. There's always deals. Poshmark is great. You do have to deal with a lot of idiots. That's a fact. But you can also find deals. Facebook Marketplace. I just bought a Real Madrid jersey earlier for $45. I had to beg the guy basically just because he doesn't reply to messages, but I got it done. He shipped it, so it should be here in a couple of days, and I have a name set for it already. So basically, once I get it here, all I have to do is put the name set that I'm done, and I can put it for sale or to wear. But I think that one, because it's brand new, we're just gonna put it for sale because I got too many jerseys and I just don't have time to wear them. So there's no reason for me to hold on to them. I work from home. I really don't do much outside of home. I don't really hang out that much, and I'm a homebody, so for me this is like a hobby business kind of thing. So for me, I get these good deals so I can sell them. Most of them, some of them I do like, and I'll wear them once in a while, and some of these I will keep, but most of them, like I said, it is a business thing. Now with the Star Ball, so it might look funny in the camera, but you want it to face, you want this to be straight, you don't want it to be like crooked. So I don't know, I just don't know what's gonna look like on the camera, but it's gonna look good on the sleeve. And I'll do the same thing, 4.5. So this one I only have one sleeve, I mean one patch to put on. So yeah, while this is getting pressed, I do have my steamer, so I'm gonna show on the camera here. You gotta get one of these if you're gonna be doing this. You gotta get a steamer. I don't know, my wife, I think, bought this one on Amazon. It's 20-50 bucks. I don't know how much it was. I took it from her, and does the job. Has the water down there. You really need this one because I'll show you why. The biggest reason. Sometimes even with the new jerseys, the way they're packed now, like I got the PSG 24 one, it was packed like in so many papers and stuff, and so many creases on them, so it's good for that. That's one reason, and I'll show you like this one as well. I didn't steam this one yet, but see, like right here, it's all crunched up and stuff, so you definitely want to get that out. At the bottom, just the way they packed it. I was actually using a can of paint to hold on my phone on. So here we go, last one. Okay, it's not going anywhere. All right, so last thing is let me just set up my steamer here. So a little tip is I bought these like Nautica hangers from like TJ Maxx. They don't have to be these, but you definitely want to get one of these that can kind of spin. It's not a must. You can use those cheap ones, which I also have. But it just kind of helps when you steam it here. You can kind of flip the jersey without having to take it off and stuff. So you can see here it's all crumbled up because of the way I put the sleeve. Okay. So as you can see, the name set looks perfect. See, like right here, I don't know if you can see how there's like the little box right here. That's from the press. So you definitely want to get that out. So let me see if I can set this up here. All right, so it's really hot. You don't want to put your hand because it'll burn you for sure. So you want to get all the. I just want to make sure I'm in the camera here. So see this right here, and I'll just leave these watermarks. It's just not a big deal. They'll dry off in a couple minutes. So here's and look, I'm going over the name set. Nothing's happening. All right, people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, it's gonna fall off." No, it's not. Patches, I'll go over them as well. I mean, this is so hot I can't even put my hand on it because it'll burn me. Because it burned the hell out of me yesterday. And I'm going over the patch, and the patch is not coming off. So, and you can see how the patch, I got them bent, and they're not falling off for nothing. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, what I seen before, on like I said, the purple Real Madrid was on the Fly Emirates. This started to melt on the white. It was the purple with the white Fly Emirates, and that happened to me twice actually. So I don't know if it's just a bad batch or what, or is it like the one I showed you from the last year? But burn myself. But yeah, it was starting to come off. So I'm kind of scared to touch this now here. But I'm going over this. This was also peeling as well a little bit. I actually pressed this before I started the video. So I guess I did have some explaining to do. But yeah. So my last step now is just going to be let this thing dry. So there's no marks. I'm going to try to take some nice pictures here. And I'm going to post it to my Instagram. And also maybe on eBay. eBay is my best place to sell. They do, like I said, I got that $10.99 in the mail from the IRS because of all the sales that I made, but that's okay. It's better to make money than not making money. But yeah, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer. This is a beautiful jersey and it's all set. So let me just shut off this steamer. And let me put this up here somewhere so I can show it off when it's done. All right, so here we go. So authentic 2019-2020. You can see here. RMCF. So Real Madrid Football Club. 2018 patch. Champions League patch, winners, respect. Real Madrid crest. This is a beautiful crest though. This like green and blue. It's really nice. I love this color. Okay, and you can still see the water on the name set, and nothing happened to the name set. You can see right here, it dried Nothing happened. There's it's not coming off. The number's not coming off. None of this stuff. Little details. Okay. And now I know the jersey is kind of moving because it's on the hanger, but it might look crooked, but it's not. Just trying to. All right. Let me know if any questions. My apologies because it is such a long video, but there's some steps I like to explain before you start making mistakes. So let me know if any questions. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you so much.